Okay, it's nearly 5:30 in the morning. But see, like if you really look at the window, you can see it's still dark out. And that's the plant light up there. So I'm just fishbowling it. um, and I'll talk about my eye first. I haven't been putting on any mascara, which I haven't been really wearing that mascara because I don't know, it's supposed to be this healthier version or whatever, but I swear to God, I don't think you can trust any of their products at this point. I swear. And no, I don't know if it's got to come down to us just making everything ourselves or what. But who knows where we're headed? We're headed to a more ethical society. I know that. So, however we got to get there is how we got to get there. The place where we're going is going to be good, but man, this whole part is intense. Um, okay, so on my eye thing, I'm really, really believe in this horse-paced business. Like, even the other day, because I've been doing it giving it to Stella for, um, I don't know, like, I don't know. I would have to go back and look at the thing. You guys maybe would remember better, but I think a couple months we started that. Oh, I could look it up on Amazon and see when I first ordered it. But anyways, I had noticed things becoming better with their health all the time from taking it. And the what was I gonna say? Now I have the fucking mascara coming in my head. Hold on a second. Scoot out of there. Okay, so she because the other day we were over at the neighbors and she got a ball and started playing with it, and she was playing like with a little puppy. Even the neighbor was like, "Oh my gosh." And she keeps doing that. She keeps getting really playful. Okay, now I gotta quit looking at my hair because it's driving me crazy. That she keeps playing like she's like young again. Like it just makes me feel like it, the it's the bugs. We'll call the PARASITES as bugs. The bugs just start to overrun us and just wear us down, and then do this thing where they tell us about the aging and stuff. And then also we need the minerals because we get too depleted. But man, I'm seeing such a difference. And so, anyways, I'm taking it too, especially because I feel that I'm fighting botulism bugs up in here. And then I have a weak spot because of the damage that was done here. And then I have a tendency to inflammation or infection because I've got all this trauma in here that is just sits. Apparently, what they're saying is that all of your root canals and what's the other one? Well, the wisdom teeth they should have never taken out. And then that causes a problem with your immune system or something. And then every root canal has got some it's not clean. It's just an infection that you just have. And that is why they had to take some of these out because the root canals he did, one of them he broke an instrument in it and then just closed it in. One of them he didn't fill the stuff up all the way, so my tooth just broke. Uh, One of them I don't even remember what the other thing was. It was like, how do you even have a license? Do you have to pass a test? Like, what the fuck? You just put out a sign, hey, do root canals. And then, especially when you're trusting the medical people, like this was a long time ago. And, you go in and they're like, oh, you need to do 3. And then everything is like timing. Everything goes right in our lives, see? All these things are supposed to happen. Because the timing and stuff of the dentist we were leaving and how much I didn't trust him. And then I'm going to this younger guy. And it was this young black guy. He just seemed all like, my other guy was a really old white guy. And he was mean and grumpy. He'd be really rough with my kids and stuff. And this place was like new. And that's the thing too is these corporate places, like this was called Bright Dental or something. And it's, of course, what our insurance had subscribed to. But these names of these places, they're not called doctor so-and-so's office. They're called these names because they're corporation owned. And they're just hiring people and hiring people like right out of school. So it's really more like a supercuts. And so somebody who's not, I mean, they should be fucking working under a dentist for a long time to learn their craft or something, learn their brutality. It's all like the dentistry I look at so now is so archaic and so barbaric. And I think it is just a part of just beating us down. And then it is like it shows in our society where we have a huge amount of people who have jacked up teeth, really poor teeth health and stuff, like people whose teeth are a real mess, and they're missing lots of teeth and stuff, and they're not all from drugs. You know, a lot of people, they see people whose teeth are messed up and they think it's from drugs. My son-in-law was missing one, and his was from I think soccer, playing soccer or something, getting kicked in the mouth. And then it was in a weird place. But then later on, when he started doing drugs, see, then that starts pulling. I think what the thing is, which is so weird to talk about flesh and blood. So I've always got to put that little disclaimer out there, because we're not really flesh and blood, even though we have this whole perception of ourselves as flesh and blood, and this like our body suit, our thing that holds our vision of ourself. It has an experience of its own. And so it's like we have to give it mind. We have to give it respect. And so the things, okay, wait a second, because I'm getting lost. When something else starts coming in, and it's like all these things start coming in, knocking at the door. It's like, is something trying to disrupt my train of thought? Like, get the fuck out of here. You're knocking shit out of my hands, knocking things over. It's like, get the fuck on out of here. God damn. Like, this energy is so intense too right now. Like, god damn. And then the videos where I see people, oh yeah, that this one, I'm skipping around. That's just the way it is. Like, I can't even make excuses. So the BET Awards. So I think her name Tamarji or something like that. Like, I know who she is. She's very famous. And she got up to accept an award or something, and started telling people to go look up an agenda with a number on it. And so the video I saw was a guy who was showing Google showing the Google map thing or whatever, to show how many people really went and looked it up. It was a ton. It just went straight up. And this guy, so he went and looked it up, and so he was explaining what it is. And this is the thing that is just, oh my God, it's like these people don't see the whole picture. And it is, and the part of the picture that they motherfucking see, like I see a whole fucking painting up here, and they're looking at this one little edge of the painting, and they're telling us what the painting means. It's like, you guys don't even see the whole motherfucking picture. Like, god damn. Like, what the holy hell? I'm so glad when I hear videos where people do get it. I saw one, I'll start with hers because hers is better. Because she was looking at, the chevron thing. And so she was saying the same thing as me. Like, this is such good news. Like, this is what we want. And she said something about it was taking away. Oh, she didn't just say it. It took away these 3-letter agencies' power, but all of their fucking bullshit that they've told us, all their rules and shit, that they are unlawful. So, like the DMV telling us that we have to have licenses and all that stuff, it's unlawful. Well, fuck, that's what we're goddamn been saying. All this shit is unlawful. All this motherfucking shit. And you still have the compliancy of all the people. Like, my mom's calling the insurance company today. And we don't want to upset the banks. Fuck, mom. Like, get on it. So, oh yeah, and there's all sorts of people doing videos on their insurance conundrums and the bullshit going on, because this is the part of the system that has got to rear its ugly head in our face so that we are outlandishly mad and refuse to pay this stuff, so we stand up for ourselves. But Jesus, so it's just not very many people who see. And the reason, like, the reason I see is because I'm open to seeing. Like, I can't say it enough. Is like, because in 2016, when I started listening to the other side, that made all the difference in the world. And these people do not listen to each other. They're so fucking. You're wearing red. Well, you're a real. And the fucking going back and forth and fighting over these two fucking guys. And this group thinks this guy's this, and this guy thinks this group's this. Well, wait till the one's gonna pull off his motherfucking mask. So that's just fucking. Then what you gonna say? Like, the other guy, he may have some clones and some lookalikes that go and stand in and stuff. I've heard that they use his clones and stuff, especially like if there's a threat of some, some kind of thing or something. I don't know. They go put him in hiding and put the other guy out there or something. I heard that a long while ago, but I don't know. But we know for fuck sure that the other guy is not he's not him. He's at least probably three guys. And it's absurd. I mean, maybe it's been one the whole time. That's what another thing we'll see. I think that there's been more than one, because they've had weird things. Like, here he is walking down the street, and then here he is over here at an ice cream. It's like weird shit. And so I think that has all been to kind of be like, well, what the fuck? How's that? How is that? To get people to question things. Because those of us who start seeing, like, we're like fucking years ago, comparing pictures and faces and stuff, and being like, that's not him, that's not him. And then you start knowing about the technology, and then the masks are all over the place. Like, there's video after video showing about these masks now. It's like, come on, people, wake the fuck up. But so so those of us who understand what is going on, this is the movement of souls to wake up, realize who they are, and to move into a world and create a world that is in alignment with their views and what it is that they want, and no longer live under this tyrannical control group. And so we're in the process. And so in order for the tyrants to control us, they had to make rules on us. And so they put a whole bunch of rules, and their rules have been around for a long fucking time, to the point where we were just born into rules. And there's a lot of us who came here as rule breakers and nonconformist. And so we were going to always stand up to the rules. So I've been fucking standing up to this shit for a long motherfucking time. This isn't just like I just didn't start doing this. This is born into my personality. And so I'm very comfortable standing up to a group of yeses and me saying no. Like, you do you. That's fine and dandy. I fucking know what the fuck I am. And so so we have this situation happening of everybody waking up so that they can make these different choices and live a different life. But there's obstacles in the way, because in order to live in this fucking world habitat thing that they created, it was very mind controlled and all consuming. And so people have to go through a process of waking up. It's not just snap your fingers and wake up. So they had all these things in place in order to control us, to keep us under their thumb and their raggedy ass rules. And so their raggedy ass rules are falling apart now, because more and more people are waking up and saying, no, like, no. And so, but a lot of people, they're just too busy in the fucking, it is like, how I see it is, what is that thing called? The arena. It's like they're in the arena, like they're still what are those guys called? Those, these big fighting guys, and they would put them in the arenas for their entertainment and watch them beat each other to death. And then, if that's not fun enough, let's pull some tigers out and watch them eat the poor people. So the majority of the group is still in the fucking arena. They're still there for people, these psychos' entertainment. And so they're oblivious. And like I said, they fucking think they're goddamn art critics. They're looking at one little fucking part of a whole fucking picture, and they're telling us what the goddamn picture means. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, goddamn, stand back and look at more. Talk to more. Fucking do some goddamn research. Like, come on. And so so you got this fucking maniacs, man. I sound like a goddamn maniac. So the one woman who I saw who was saying the same thing as me. So this is good fucking news that they are taking down this thing. And then when they do these other outlandish court, what are these things called? The rules or laws or mandates or whatever their fucking shit is, and they're so super outlandish. That's to get us to fucking react. That's to get the people to be like, this is bullshit. And then you do have all these people doing that and getting mad and stuff. And so it's going the way it's supposed to go. But that is what it's for. That's why it's happening, is to get the reaction. And so you have, and we have that chaos going. So all of this, all these people getting super pissed and about all these things happening. But so on this one though, so she goes on this program and tells everybody go look this up. So Google goes wild and everybody runs and looks it up. And so I don't know everybody else's reaction. I know what in these comments of this guy's video and his thing of that's her snoring. That wasn't my stomach growling. That was her snoring over there. But so the so the thing with so for like those of us in the know, those of us who have an understanding, and I don't know if it is because of understanding that there's God's law, and it isn't like I understood that my whole life or something. That really was hitting me in like 2016 or 20, let's see, it's hard for me to put all those times. I could probably look in my journals and stuff, but it was hitting me where it was just like all of a sudden I was just, it was when I was getting overrun with all these different spirits talking to me. There was a bunch of Indians. I'm just going to say Indians because that's how I grew up looking at them. And I think I'm one of them. And then I think that's why they were talking to me. And then one that would come into my shower when I was shower, and he was so funny and he would tell me the most profound things. And it was really funny is because people would look at him like a drunk old Indian, and then but if you talk to him, he was so wise. And so it was during that is when I started being like looking at things different about like, how are they charging us to live on the earth? How are they charging us for resource? Like it just was hitting me hard. So that has been an essential part of my perspective throughout this process. And like I've said, this awakening started for me a long while ago. And so mine is like, I've been standing back and this picture's gotten bigger and bigger. Like I had even said when I started, it was like all of a sudden I could see the whole picture and it was getting colored in. And so it's like this process to seeing the whole picture. But your biases hold you looking at the one little segment that you agree with. And it's like there's more to life than everything you agree with, everything that you think. And so, and as souls, and this is what really gets the other people too. Like they can't, like they think we're all trying to push religion on them or something. I'm talking about your motherfucking soul and what you are and what you're doing here. If you can't wrap your head around that, then I don't know. I'm not going to say you're lost. I'm just going to say, like, I don't know what your role is. It's not my problem. Like, I know what I'm here for. And so the people who understand that they're souls and that we have a God-given right to be in here, and nobody is over us and nobody can control us, and that we're breaking free from this tyranny, and then we are moving forward to a creative time where we make a whole new world. And so and this is happening. This is real. This is a part of human history. This is a part, like I said, we are in the slowed down version. We are in the playback. You are in a destined event, and there's nothing you can do but learn how to deal with it. That is your challenge in this game, is to learn how to deal with what comes to you. And so this, so the people who understand that there is these two opposing energies that are at work, and it's not the red and the blue. There's the light and the dark. And I'm not saying that Donald is all light or something, but he is on that side. And somebody who's even of the light, like I say some shit that there's like love and light people are, oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, you shouldn't cuss. You shouldn't do that. Like, fuck off. Like, so that doesn't mean he's not of the light, because of whatever things that people want to point out. In this thing, that he is the push on the dark to be exposed. So, like, if somebody can't see that, I don't even, like, sit back and try and observe more and look at more of the picture. Try and talk to more people that you don't agree with. That is fucking vital. Quit just surrounding yourself with people that you agree with. Start talking to people you don't agree with. Start getting more perspective. Start opening your mind. Open, open, open. It's like, come on. And so so we're going to go in this period, like I've said, where the government breaks down. There's no fucking people over us. And however it builds up is going to be over time. So it's going to break down over time. And then however people create their communities and stuff, that will be up to them. But your government will only be over your community. Just like it used to be, like kingdoms and villages, they were just their own thing. Tribes were just their own thing. We're going back to that. We're getting out of this umbrella of control. And so it's a breakdown of all that. So, of course, they're going to break down these three-letter agencies. Of course, then it's going to be the things that they've told us don't count. Doesn't matter what the fuck they say. They've made up their own rules. And but the other group, this other group of people, that they believe that this is, not only is it bad, but it's Donald's doing it. Donald's doing it, and he's doing it so he can take over the world, because that's what he wants to do, is take over the world. And he is, I mean, the stuff that they say, it's like, and then they even go against people who, like him or whatever. So they get this division, like, if you like him, you're a bad person because he's a bad person who's trying to take over the world. It's like, you guys are under a fucking dictatorship at this point, and there is light trying to come in and expose it and push it out of the way. And you guys are holding on to it. That's why I said, boys, some of these people's lives is about to flip upside down. It is so wild when you listen to these people talk. And this guy, I mean, he is just so mad. Like, I can't even believe. And he didn't even know. He wasn't even saying in his video about the three-letter agencies, or about this thing that just happened. He wasn't even saying about that. He was talking about this agenda thing that is saying that's what they want to do. It's like, dude, that is already fucking happening because we're going towards freedom. But these people, they're desperate to hold on to a government over them. And you know what just really gets me? And this may be like crazy to some people or something, but I feel like, especially when I see these videos all the time, you know, and I've got these people with blue hair and all this fucking shit coming in and telling me how to be more spiritual and connect to myself and live healthy and all this stuff. It was just like, okay, so you got a neon light up there saying that, you know, I don't know. I mean, is that attention seeking to go around with blue hair? Is it healthy? Is it like, I don't know. Like, we need to all focus on ourselves. And so you got these people, and then you got, yesterday was so many live videos of, I didn't even know it was already LGBT, whatever, Pride Month and Pride parades every fucking weekend. And there's a bunch, and there was some kind of a problem at one in New York. Somebody started a fire, and I don't know what all went there. I mean, I don't even know all the stuff that is like, because then you see these videos of these people in these weird airport crises, and they're telling them that they can't fly in because the storms are so bad. And then you see people live in the place, they're saying the storm is bad, and they're not, no storm. It's like, this is all so strange. Everything is just so weird. And, but so you have these people who don't have any idea of what's going on, and they obviously don't care too much about their freedom. They really want these blue people to be over them. That's where they're the most comfortable. And so in this group, I feel like that they are going out, like this weekend, they're out marching, and there's already been people saying that there's like people are going out there with no clothes on, just wearing their underwear and stuff. And I had already said that last one that I had gone to a few years back, and it was because I've gone to them with my daughters. That one I really was like, I just don't want to go to these things anymore. And when I was there, uh, uh, I couldn't believe it, and I couldn't believe that this is an event people took kids to. I was like, this is like a fucking something that should be in the nighttime in New Orleans. Like, this is ridiculous. And we got all these kids in it. The last thing was I talked about was their thing was a giant vagina was their cart thing that they're going, whatever those, their float was a giant vagina with a big, huge man sitting in it, eating. It was the weirdest shit. It was like, this is out of fucking control. Like, what in the hell are we celebrating here? Like, seriously, this is wild. And then I was sitting there seeing all these lives and all this stuff, and then seeing people's videos like, oh, this is no child event, and then other people, oh, they've started trouble over here, and but I was sitting there thinking, and these people are going to go take off their G-strings and go put on their Gaddafi thing, their scarf things, and go march for someone else's freedom next weekend. It's like, this is, and they're not even going to stop and think like how the two things don't go together. It was like, oh, why would we put that together? I was like, well, who cares about that? And then you got the guy live too, every fucking day, all day long, and showing Pakistan is a thriving community of, and people aren't going around barefoot with dirt all over them. It's like cars, and it looks like a fucking, it like reminds me of Spain or something. It probably isn't even that far from Spain or Portugal. But it definitely does not look, like, I don't know how far, because I think if you went across from Spain, you would go across, because I mapped it all out, because I was going to go to the pyramids. I was trying to map out my way to get to the pyramids when I was younger. And you had to cross over by Africa, put you in Egypt, but right around there in Africa, there's a lot of pirates. So that's a problem. And then you get over to Egypt, but in Egypt is next, I think, to the real and to Pakistan. It's like it's all like right there, but Egypt's pretty big in their map situation. And I saw somebody doing a live video of Egypt the other day, and he was right by the pyramids, and it was like garbage, garbage, garbage everywhere. Like, it's not at all being taken. Like, they just create all these places to just poverty and people who just don't care. People are beat down. People are tired, and people just don't give a shit. And they don't give a shit about their planet. They don't give a shit about their connection to anything. And this is the time where you're going to be pushed to the test to figure out, what are you connected to? What energy do you hold? You know, what is your battery pack charged on? And this is what is being revealed. This is what's coming to the surface. And so if you're caught up in this group that thinks like Donald and the Republicans, like, oh my God, these fucking old fucking dinosaurs, these fucking people are all being arrested. And probably most of them have even fucking already been excommunicated. Like, we're not going under any of them. These ones that are out there are a part of the show. It's just a big show to show how corrupt and how the idiocracy behind this whole system and in the direction they want us to go, and the connection between all of these control factors that we have in this institution that they call us life. And so the people who think like that we're going to have these people are going to take over. Oh yeah, because this was a thing that too, because I was arguing with my neighbor the other day. I was talking to him, and now my stomach's growling. I was talking to him, and he was saying all the stuff, like, where I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. No, that's not true. Like, he's convinced, like, the people who start with a W, they're going to take over. This is our thing, and all that stuff. And he kept saying some stuff about the kids or whatever. Like, he could see that they keep pushing this and pushing this. And I don't know if he thinks it's real or whatever, but all the things that he was thinking were going to happen, I'm like, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And but all these people think that this stuff is going to happen. No, this is not what's going to happen. We're going to, everything is going to flip. You can see all these people who think that's going to happen. Confirmation. All these people who think that's going to happen, their world's about to turn upside down. Is they think that this is going to happen, and then all of a sudden it's going to flip and go the other direction, which is going to turn their worlds upside down. Because when they turn their worlds upside down, it is everything inside of here has to be to re-examine, like, why did I look at it this way? What was I listening to? What was I seeing? You have a whole thing of healing that is going to come. There's an aftermath from perspective. There's consequences. So all these people are going to suddenly have this shift that's going to knock them upside down. And we're so close. It's got to be so fucking close. And it will have to do with the money too, because we're going into this time of abundancy. And so this thing, like I had said, where they are pointing out everything, we're going towards constitutional, away from non-constitutional. And there's something more else to it too. And there's other videos and stuff, like, I think this is all leading us into this Nisargasar, which that could be over the next couple of weeks. There still is. Now we've started in July, where they're saying July is going to be so hot and so intense, and there's going to be some big shifts. That Cliff High is saying that there's going to be a big shift that's going to happen in the middle of July, where everything is going to blow up or something. And you think energetically, I mean, there will be things that are going to keep blowing up. There's all sorts of huge things going on. Like New Mexico now, the land is split and it is dropped down. Like, it is showing, all signs are showing we're about to have a massive fucking earthquake or something over here. Like, I don't know. I would say I would say from the videos that I have been seeing, okay, so if you take that video of New Mexico and you go up, how it's splitting, and then you have Wyoming over here splitting, and then I don't remember the other. I know that there was another video of another place that I saw that was splitting, and was it Iowa? Or was that the woman who said that she saw a skinwalker? All this shit is going to be out there. So, anyways, but if they, so if this, so if this shift is happening, so if we've got this splitting, so underneath us in the hollow earth and in the other realms and realities, or these shifts are occurring. So, and there's sinkholes opening up. There's all sorts of shit going on, and so there's this splitting like this. So then we are dropping down more. Like I think it's probably this side would be dropping down because it's the West Coast that's going to be going under. And it's such a huge chunk that they are saying on their maps is going to go under. And I would think, man, super creepy when you look at it from the plate shifting and then the land starts wobbling and shaking and stuff, and we're all up here, when you see all these people have no respect for nature. It's like, well, of course nature's gonna rear its ugly head at us to show who's boss. Like, get your shit together, you fucking respect nature. And then like, I just saw this video, this woman was distraught, and I'm seeing so many videos, like people are just getting like horrible shit. It's like, oh, damn, I don't really want to see all this shit, but when it comes to you, I guess that's what you're supposed to see. Then, and there's these huge hurricanes and storms going on, and this woman's like on the beach, and she's watching this guy swimming, and she's like, here comes the storm, and this guy's swimming, he doesn't even have a buoy, which I don't know what the rules are with swimming out. Like, I don't know, but so you see his arms going, which his arms look kind of weird anyways. I was like, maybe it's not really a human. Maybe it's a mermaid giant. Like, his arms look weird. But so he's swimming. And then it's weird because you see the storm come and go over him, like the fog coming in, like that scary movie. And so it goes over him, and then it brings like this big wave, and it goes over him, and then you don't see him. He's gone. She stands out there looking and looking and looking for a long time. He never pops back up. And it's like, God damn, people. Like, a storm is coming. Well, I can fight the ocean, no problem. It's like, go do it then and see who wins. Like, this is not the time to be trying to conquer the ocean or whatever. Then, so the shift goes. I think there's going to be this part of California because they showed it in the movie, and there was something I had heard some scientists say. And I think that however the plates are set up, when they're shifting, they're thinking that this one that is a big part of California is going to jolt up. That's what it showed in that movie. Like, it just jolts straight up, like this landmass just goes, and then it falls. And I don't know. It could have just been doing that for drama and movie, but I've heard that somewhere else too. And I don't know how big of a portion, but I think it's going to be very dramatic. This thing that's going to happen. This is a reset. This is changing everything. And it's just like some people are just not aware. And then also in your awareness, though, you have to be aware of, like, you have more control or something. Like, keep yourself alive. Don't succumb to the vision of what it is they want to lead you to. And so but it's whatever's going to happen is supposed to happen. Like, some of these people that are so lost, it's like, maybe this is where the shift goes, and they're in the third group, and they have to watch as things start going better, and then they have to start feeling safe, like, oh, nobody's going to take us over. Nobody can take you over unless you're going to allow them to take you over. Like, to me, it's like, well, I'll take the bullet. Like, no, thanks, I'm out. I'm not going to go live my life in one of their cages and have their shit implanted and stuff. Like, no, I'm not going to be under their thing. I mean, we already are enough. We already took enough. There is, I'm always talking about the bots coming out of the sky and stuff and them spraying them on us and stuff. So this one, and this, I guess, is a thing in the shampoo. They've been putting some sort of bots in there, so they go in and go through into your hair, and they cause I can't remember what it was that the lady said that it causes, um but something, I don't think it's, I keep hearing immune system, but it seemed like there was something more to it. But so I told you, they're putting these little, like, there's like little tiny things that are charged to do something. So they're having them go in us, and then go and do stuff. And then they use these frequencies and stuff to guide them. Like, we're under assault from the inside, but it's like it's a part of the story. Because, we've all taken these things since we were kids and stuff. They've been putting stuff in us. They fill our teeth with stuff. They, like, all this stuff they've been doing. And then they made sure, to put in food, and then they want to make sure everybody gets it. So they put it in the air. And so I knew we were under assault with these things. And whatever it is that they program them. And then if they shoot them out and aerosols, I don't know. I just know we were under attack from these things. And oh yeah, with the horse base and eye thing. So it's weird, is I've been trying all these different things. And so right here is this really crusty, it's weird because it's like, here is something that these things keep coming out of it. Like, it feels kind of like sand or little shards of glass or something is coming out of it. It's been doing it. And there was a black one again yesterday, because I keep trying to see, but I can feel them. And so I don't know what the hell it is that is, like, I don't know. There's weird shit going on. And it's so close to this eye, and this eye has got so many issues, and I just don't know. I'm just, all the weird sensations and the weird things happening, I just keep on putting it in my head that it's healing. It's just getting rid of stuff that's not supposed to be there, and that this place in my vision is going to become where I can see more and better. It's like there's something in there, and it's weird because it feels like it's putting pressure in my head and stuff. It's very weird. And so I'll be glad when whatever it is healed. And I just keep trying to do the horse face. I keep putting, mostly I put castor oil on here. I have put some of the manuka honey on there. I put some horse face on there, but I mean castor oil. Mostly I put castor oil, but I've put horse face and put the manuka oil. I put oregano oil. I've tried a few different things, but I have to keep it moist. I have to keep putting oil on it all the time, as it starts getting really dry and uncomfortable. And then when I put the oil on it, it's like, well, even when I wake up or anything, it's just like all this like sand. And so I don't know, something must be coming out of it. Hopefully it's healing from the inside and pushing the stuff out, and it's all being evacuated from my skin. Maybe these little crystal particle things are the little encapsulated bits of the stuff that was put in there to decrease wrinkles. Decrease wrinkles by getting cancer. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And I still see these people who, there's a lot of women who keep saying shave all these hairs off your face. And if you start shaving the hairs, and listening to all these people, and they give all these little face scrapers and all this stuff. And it's because you start shaving all of that, is going to eventually it becomes stubble. And then once you have stubble, then you can let the stubble grow out and then you can go in and get it lasered off. But until then, it's just, women who have hair on their faces. And I had just seen this thing that I thought was very interesting. And it was talking about men with beards and hair on faces and stuff. And men's primarily, I was talking about. And it was talking about. I think it was, I keep thinking it was saying something about Vikings and beards. And so the whole thing, though, with a beard was a protection. And so there was a protection thing, which other animals that don't grow hair on their face don't have this protection. And so only certain mammals grow this hair on their face, which is another sign that it is a specialized thing. It is there's a purpose to it. There's a reason that we have hair on our faces. And that is a part of my healing journey, is to try and stop focusing on the hair on my face and get so consumed and thinking like, I look like I've got some fucking beard or something. Because that is how like a lot of us women start feeling like we've got hair on our face. We're having to pluck a hair. We've got a goddamn beard growing. And it makes us feel bad about ourselves. And it's like we take these things that are natural, normal, they're happening to everybody or to the most of us, and then we sit here and think like we're ashamed. There's something wrong with us. So I'm trying to get into the thing of being like, well, humans have hair on their face, like we're supposed to, obviously, some sort of a protection, and the ones that don't have it is there's some kind of issue. I don't remember. I mean, I saw that video a few weeks ago, but it just stood out to me. And I keep seeing all these videos. And I just saw a couple about the one woman was saying, go shave it. And I was like, shouldn't be telling anybody to shave it. And even if not every single person's hair turns to stubble, most of them will turn to stubble. It's like it's fine hairs in the start. It's just a bunch of soft, like peach fuzz. But then you keep shaving it, and then you turn it into stubble. And then the women become like, they have a 5 o'clock shadow. They're constantly having to shave their face. They're putting on makeup and stuff. At that point, you have to go get it lasered off because they can only laser the hard, stiff black hairs. They can't laser off the peach fuzz. And so you have to let it grow, and you have to let it grow out to get it lasered off. So I don't know. There's like you gotta really pick and choose who you listen to. Even I mean, these are people who are pushing on beauty stuff, telling people to go do that. And then I see women who are so stressed out because they have a 5 o'clock shadow and they have stubble. It's like where they told women to start fucking shaving their faces was odd. Like, when did that fucking trend start? And why do everybody jump on? It's got to be something that came from the makeup thing. Is maybe when you have a lot of hair on your face, it makes makeup look weird. So they all start shaving it off. Got to get it off. But they don't look at it like real razors, even though they've got everything of like dainty razors. And it's like you're creating a beard. You're creating a beard at this point. Like, I don't know what would happen if men just, I think men just, they're always growing the hairs when they are young. It just naturally grows into a beard. Like, they have to shave it off. Ours doesn't. Women's don't. It doesn't just keep growing. Well, some women, I have seen some women who have PCOS, they say, which is hormone imbalances. So if you have a hormone imbalance, then yeah, you could grow a full beard, but then that is your body showing you, like, if you don't want to have a full beard, I mean, maybe you like having a beard. Some women like it. I know there's one who she's talked about it. She has a full ass beard. And she has talked about coming into love with herself because how she had to fight it for so long. So there's all this journey is about falling in love with yourself, but also about the health part of it is when your body's showing you a sign of something that you don't want. You have to listen to the sign. You have to try and figure out, why is it doing this? Why is this happening? Don't just go and mask it, band-aid it up, ignore it, pretend like it's not happening, go buy a bunch of fake shit. It, is that was that one woman too who was saying about everybody's looking alike, and she said everybody's going in getting veneers, fake lashes, fake hair, fake all this stuff so that they can all look like the same character. And um and see that as a mask up of this poor dental health uh, inside of our system. And so there is a lot of people who are going and getting I don't know if they're getting full implants, which I just had two, and my body discharged them. My body rejected them. And and I'm not sure that could have been when I got the nerve damage, wasn't, they had to take out the first one. Because the first one, I don't remember what the first one, both of them essentially started breaking off the post. And, then when I went in, the my jaw was full of pus. It was full of pus coming out, and it was pushing them out. It was eating my bone up and stuff. So I think they took out the first one and thought, oh, well, it's just that one. And then went on antibiotics or whatever. And then I was having problems with the second one and went in. And then he pushed down on the thing and pus was all coming up. And it was like, well, you have to take out the second one. It might have been after the first one was removed. I've gone through so many fucking horrible surgeries. Might have been after the first one was removed is when I got the nerve damage. Maybe when they put him in, I didn't have that. But at some point through all this, they deadened this side of my face, and like all of this is nerve damage. And when you have an injury to a nerve, it's so fucking painful. Oh my god, it's pain that you can't even deal with. And so the I see all these people getting all these implants, and I keep on being like, man, what if their body starts rejecting all those? What if they have to start getting surgeries and getting different ones removed, and it goes slow? It's like, fuck, this artificial shit is fucking killing us. And they charge us out the fucking ass for it. And then you get all these people, and I don't know if they're just putting on veneers. I'm not even sure what a veneer is. I know David Wilcock did it. When he did it, it's like, why? I don't understand why people are putting them on. And then it looks so fake. And their teeth are all too big when they do it. And they're so white. It just looks so weird and fake. And I don't know why. I think just normal teeth look better. And like, we got to accept our normal teeth. And I know some people's teeth are jacked up. And, but that is another thing too, is about this, the real med beds will grow your teeth back. So that would be one thing, is like, this will be a period of time, whatever the things that people go through eventually, wherever this med bed thing is down our future line, eventually we'll get into this quantum med bed and get readjusted, realigned into our optimum cellular balance. But, you know, whenever that's going to come, I don't know. Hopefully quick. Hopefully, I mean, they've already started taking action. And I just saw somebody talking about another post and saying that July is going to be hot. July is going to have a lot of changes. I think that this Chevron thing, I think that's big, to say that these agencies don't have a say over us. They can't be making rules. And I just think that's big. And I'm super excited. But that, and then there's more stuff too. There keeps being more stuff with the money. But the thing, how it's got to me, how I see it, how it's got to go, is this legislature keep changing, and the people who get so angry and outraged, they could look into it more and see the good sides of things, but they just stay focused on the TDS and what this means. Oh, this guy, he just won't go away. He's just out to take us over. It's like, do you even remember when he was in charge? Like, everything was going good. He was opening, he was letting prisoners out. He's changing, like, he was, I mean, people who were unlawfully imprisoned by the system. He's letting people out. He was uh, getting money shifted to go towards vets, go towards bringing manufacturing back to America. Like, he was doing all this good stuff. And I was like, man, this is pretty cool, because I didn't like him. And I was like, but he's doing some fucking good stuff. Like, fuck. This is shit that they should have never let go of back in the 70s. And he was bringing stuff back. And see, like, this guy's like, he's going to get rid of the EPA. We're not going to have the EPA. It's like, oh my God, you people. These people, you got to see it for yourself. Like, you got to see it for yourself. These agencies are not out for you. They trick you into thinking that they are, but they're not. They're out for their corporate overlords, the people who own every motherfucking thing. So, and it's just one agency after another coming in to tell us what to do. And they all try and act like they're doing us a favor. And then you guys all sit there and think that they are. Desperate to hold on to this. That's what I said. When I very first started this, I said the people who it's going to hurt the most is the people that are holding on the tightest. Or holding on. Hold on to that government. But so, because we know, that the money has to go down under Joe. That's just the way it's got to go. Joe's got to crash the economy. And so we're right on the verge. And then is it going to gets us into World War III? I don't know if that's part of the plan too. If that's going to be the big drama moment. But the money has got to crash. And then his health. They keep pushing, like, and they keep now putting the focus on Jill and elder abuse and stuff and making her look like a real twat. So she, and who knows, I mean, it can't be the real one. She would know she's not married to the guy, like, and I don't think she's that good an actress. But all these people are actors and shit. So whoever the fuck she is, Kamala, none of these people are the real people. So, it's got to crash under him, and then his health's got to go or whatever, so they can pull him. Who knows? Is he going to finish out the last few months? Is he going to go down now? They have him just doddering around, always making like he's pooping his pants, and he doesn't know where he's at. And, Jill talks to him like he's a little fucking child. So all of that drama, but at the same time, while they're doing this legislature that is freeing us, so it's all kind of going together when you're paying attention. And the legislature, like I said, that is outrageous. That's to get people to feel outraged, to catch their attention, to get them to be like, bullshit, bullshit. And because that is where we got to stand up. It's us awakening and standing up for ourselves. That directs us into this new world that we're creating. It all goes together. And it's weird to try and explain things that have already happened, that we are in the replay. We're going through what it is that gets us to where we're going. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. There is no, well, maybe, well, what if this, well, what if that? No, this is what is happening. This is happening. This is an absolute. The world is in a shift and in a reset. In this new world that we're creating, it is going to be of abundance. It's going to be, there's nobody making rules over us, but we are also going to have the rule book inside of us. The rule book is awakening inside. That's why there's this resetting on people's moral compasses, this realizing your priorities and stuff. It has to do with the rule book awakening inside of you. So we don't need anybody telling us rules. The rules are in us. And so going into a world where we all have respect for our internal rules and we don't overstep on other people, because we have an understanding through all of this stuff that we're going through, is creating this. So this, what we're going through, yeah, it's scary, it's tedious, it's definitely harmful. Like, there's definitely people dying. But, just like that 16-month-old, which I don't understand. The neighbors heard her crying. Why didn't anybody just bust in? Like, what in the hell? But that's a martyr. Like, that little soul. We got to also get out of the habit of thinking because somebody is young and small that that's what they are as a soul. No, that soul came in to play that part because it has created such outrage. It's created such a topic of conversation. It's got so many people's attention. That's what all this outrageous shit that goes on. These souls are playing these parts so that we all go through this period of time of outrage and reevaluation so that we make these changes, because these changes come and they come from us. We're the ones that create this new existence. They're not shifting and coming and doing it for us. We do it. And this is why there's so much push and people are becoming independent and stuff, because there's such a dependency in our society. People are so dependent. A whole group of people is so scared that this other group is going to take over that they're desperate to hold on to this group in charge. It's like, these people are fucking evil. They are doing evil things and you want to keep them in charge. And I'm not saying this other group's not doing evil things, because they all allow it. All these people are in cahoots together. It's the same bird flying up there. And so it's not, one wing. It doesn't make a difference. It's the same motherfucking bird. And it's all under control. And all the people who get moved into position in those, that atmosphere, those people are all, what is that called? Those people are all compromised. They've all been compromised. And I don't know if there is like some that in the timing of all things started speaking out and haven't been compromised to point out. But there's all these fucking old geezers are fucking compromised. That's why they keep staying in their positions. They don't want anybody else to go in and see their dirty work. And, these Lindsey Grahams, these fucking Schumer, all these motherfuckers, Pelosi, all these fuckers. They're all a bunch of old fucking hags and relics, and who even knows? Like, some of these people could have been around for a long time and they're already body jumping, and then they're just put into positions as a regular part of their thing. Like, that's how weird this place is. But none of them deserve our what is that, loyalty. None of them deserve our submissive compliance. And so, but we have to stand up, and people just act like abused little dogs and just keep bending over. Give me another, sir. Give me another, sir. It's like, no, you got to stand up for yourself, and so be it. Like, what do you think you're going to lose? Like, people think like, well, they could kill you. It's like, so you would rather be a prisoner than leave this place? Like, if that's how, I'm meant to go, is leaving this place so I'm not a prisoner, then that's how I would want to go. I wouldn't want to stay like, we've already played this out, to me, being the prisoners of these people. And so, I'm willing to stand on, it's like, you got to be willing to stand up for yourself, to not just burrow down and try and hide away so that you're not seen. You just got to stand up for yourself and speak your truth. And, that's where your soul is going to find contentment. If you're constantly hiding yourself and trying to conform, your soul is going to feel like a loser. You're going to keep feeling like, why do I do that? Why? You're going to find yourself questioning yourself about yourself, trying to understand yourself. It's best to stand in what you believe. I think the problem is that a lot of people don't even know what they believe. They're so mixed up in the programming. Their mind's under such a scramble. It's hard. It is like trying to unscramble eggs. It's like you have got this huge thing to overcome because you're so enmeshed into the system. And so you just have to dismantle, just everything that comes out of your mouth, every thought that you have. Start questioning yourself and trying to understand yourself. Why are you doing this? What are you doing that for? Why do you think this way? Why would you think that? Why would you say this? Start looking at everything to try and figure out who you are. You are who you are. And you are also in a position of creation. Like, you're creating yourself as it goes. You're in this position. You are in the creating of yourself. And so, I mean, are you creating somebody who's scared and mean and hides? And that is what I hear whenever I'm talking to people, is just fear, 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 fear. They're not even willing to look at other things. That just sounds silly to them. When I say things, oh yeah, well, that's just silly. It's like, no, that's what's really happening. We're really shifting and going into a time of abundance, but we're going into a time of self-reflection, of self-evolvement. So we are evolving into a more mindful, caring species that is more connected with each other and connected to the bigger aspect of self. And so it's this huge shift occurrence that we're in the process of experiencing. And in this shift, everything that was a part of our life, of course, has to fall apart. All these rules that were over us have no place. The rules have to go. And so, and it's going to be going through this judicial thing, because it's like, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, because the judicial has been a part of our system, have been a part of who the rule makers are. Like, we trust this judicial system, which is absurd to begin with. And so we've got these people, but this is how it's going to be, this step down. And then this step down has got this one group outraged and frantic. I mean, you have them crying, you have them like freaking the fuck out. It's crazy. Like, I sit and listen to these people, and it's like, you do not even see the whole picture. You're not even paying, like, what in the hell? It's so strange. And then it's all based on fear, division, anger, resentment. So those are the things that have to be broken down inside of people. And they're all based on biases and stuff. You got to just look at your own biases, why you look at people the way you look at them. Do you look at people and just automatically think something? And I just saw this video too. This just irked me. I was like, dude, come on. This guy's all serious. And he's saying, all the boomers. I'm so sick of people just using these labels and just condensing and putting a whole group of people under one umbrella. It's like, you couldn't even put a room of us and we would all be the same. Like, what the hell with these people? How do you just go into, well, all the Gen X, they're just this. All the boomers, they're just this. And then they fucking categorize us up. And then, I don't know when they're going to start calling us, we're not boomers. We're really Gen Joneses. The whole thing is absurd. It's all fucking absurd. And, but the people who all get so stuck on it, there's so many that get so stuck. Like, they're all their narrative. They speak about people in groups. And so he's saying the boomers, they really think that they worked harder than the rest of us. And they have things handed to them. And they just had everything handed to them. And they didn't even have to work that hard. And they think they worked harder than the rest of us. I was like, what in the hell, dude? Where do you... I even commented... I don't remember the whole thing I said. Something about, we're not all the same, shocking. And when you're talking about them, talk about the ones you're talking to. Like, be more specific. My mom and dad, my grandma and grandpa. It's like, you're going out, you're going around and talking to all the boomers, and you're getting this where they're all telling you, well, they worked hard and no other generations ever worked hard. Bullshit. I think that it's built up steam. Like, it's made it so much harder. And people are just so much more willing to just keep going and going and going. There's motherfuckers out there that go and work full time for like $7 and $8 an hour in some states. And then have to go home and try and pay their bills and shit. When, I mean, they're charging like one food item is that much. It's absurd. All this fucking bullshit is absurd. There's no way all us boomers look at it as like, no, I fucking think, geez, we need to get back to making $1.65 an hour where everything costs like a nickel. Like that was way better. Houses were $6,000. This is why we're going back. They're going to shift back because all of this was built on corruption. So they're going to shift back to go back to this more simpler period of time where things were. I don't think the money thing, that's going to be just different. Things are going to shift back in price, but we're going to have an abundance of money. We're going to have everything we need. We're not going to be struggling to have the things we need. But this period of time, we're reevaluating what it is we really need. Like this period of time should be with all this food crisis and stuff. People who are super overweight should be reevaluating, like, what do I really need to eat? To, like I could lose a few anyways, take this time and start reevaluating, how do I, what do I really need to survive? Like, I think that's important. Don't get caught up in what they've told you. Like, you need a fucking goddamn food pyramid. There's people who have been filling basements. I've seen videos of like people have a whole goddamn store that they think that they need to survive. Like, you really are gonna want this shit? And then how much of it, when they get down to it, and all this information's coming out, and it's just like, oh, you filled your basement full of poison for the future? Like, no, we're gonna go into a time where things are gonna be better. I don't know if it's going to be, I mean, there's problems with our soil. I still say there's going to be shifts on the food thing anyways, because there's way too much information about the necessity of us needing to fast more. So I don't think we're going to go back into this gluttony of, needing to eat so much all the time. I think it's going to shift, but also it could be, when these parts of the world to go underwater or whatever, how it's going to go, that the other parts that we start going on to, that it is going to be maybe more newer, fresher soil. Like whatever's going to happen on the planet is priming it up for what's to come. So the old is going away and the new is going to come. The new will be sprouting up, and the old will be decaying and going away. And then all the people who are holding on to what's going away are going to be very uncomfortable. And people who are all caught up in a certain narrative and only talk to certain groups of people and don't look outside the box and don't try to have a well-rounded view of things. A well-rounded view of things would be talking to multiple different people from multiple different perspectives so you could see it from everybody's view. It's like trying and get more perspective, not less. And these people just want to get so hunkered down, and that is in fear. They're all in fear of this. TDS is built on fear, and it's just as wild when you hear these people saying it. It's like, dude, if this guy was such a goddamn maniac, then why the hell do we have this fucking guy in there? Is this other guy won and we got this fucking Yahoo in there? This is all a fucking show. It's a show to wake us up, to get us to fucking see. I mean, and the things you need to see is inside of you. How do you look at things? What keeps you apart from other people? What keeps your life out of sync? What keeps your life out of balance? What keeps you unstable? Those are the things you're here to fix. That's what you need to be focused on. And then, yeah, there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of shit going on. Because everybody's soul's going through the same thing. We're all in a reevaluation. And the more you wake up, the more you are going to feel it. You're going to feel all of the chaos. You're going to see it. You're going to feel compassion. And, you're connecting to this new energy that is coming forth, that we are creating from coming together. So, and how we come together is learn to love yourself, to love everyone, and learn how to have a loving day, because it's up to you. So I'll talk to you later.